Okay, so it's 1 o'clock on July 9th. I'm looking at my account here, and what I'm noticing is this workhorse, which has been dropping a bit, which is fine. What's fascinating is if you look, I would lose $54 if I sold my position now on workhorse. However, I would still have gained 162. Where's that coming from? I sold an option for 260. I can buy it back for around 97.50. That means I got 260 in my hand, and then I'm giving them 97 back. That I'd still have 162, but then I'm losing 54 here, which means my net gain is 110 or so. Now, why would I do that? Well, there's an NIO stock, okay, which is a Chinese EV, electric vehicle company, okay, and the prices are starting to merge. This one's creeping towards 14, and workhorse is coming down to 15. If I look at the options chain for this one, what you'll see is that I could sell a $15 option, again, for July 17th, so you're still talking about 8 days away. I could do a $15 one for $126, right? I don't want to go beyond this coming week. And so that's something I could do. So what I'd end up with is I'd almost hit my 250 just like that. And that just gets me through, what, the 17th, right? So I'd easily be able to get my 250, and that's my goal for the month, if you recall. So that's one reason why I might do it. The other thing is, Workhorse is in for a bid for a postal service contract. They could get it, and if they get it, they will skyrocket. Of course, if they skyrocket, I'm still capped out at 19 because that's my my option. However, NIO is not in that bid, so the bid should not affect them directly, right? So here's what's going to happen. If Workhorse gets it and I stay in, that's awesome because I'm going to keep my 260, and I bought in at 1651. I would sell it at 19 because it would probably rise into the 20s, and I'd be able to collect an additional 250. That's a $510 gain. If they don't get the contract, this could kind of collapse. And so what I'm getting at is there's a ceiling to how high I could go, but there's really no floor here. Well, my floor would be 260, right? Because I got the 260. I don't know how far they would drop, but that's the point. NIO, since they are not part of that contract, right? I mean, they're not in that bid. It should not affect them. Wow, it keeps going up. The thing that scares me about getting into NIO right now is they're on this rise since noon, which is a little bit scary. Whereas if I go back and look at Workhorse, they're not having, they're not the Prince Charming or whatever in this story right now, right? They have creeped up just a little bit. So what I'm thinking is, if I go ahead back to my position and go ahead and buy back, right? I don't know what I just did there. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, no, it was still okay. Doesn't want to seem to go back. There we go. So what I can do here is simply say, I want to buy that back. One contract at the market rate. I'm going to review the order. And about $105. Not real excited about the 105. I thought it was 100, but whatever. So let's go ahead and place the order. And that's filled. Now if I go back to my account and you look, it took it out of here. Okay. So I spent, about $100 some. Let's go look and see what it was. If I go to transactions, it ended up being, I got it for 99. There you go. So it's 99.67. If I go back to the positions, that's showing up here under my margin balance, which eventually will net out and come out of this. So my 133 will be reduced by 99.67. Okay, basically. But now what am I going to do? Well, now I have Workhorse that I'm just hanging on to for the moment. So I could stare at it, see if it goes up again. That would be awesome, right? If it does go up again, then what I would do is I go back to the option chain. We're going to go out of the money. And for July 17th, the $19, you'll see right now I could probably get $95 out of it. If I did it right now, I'm out $4. It really didn't make a whole lot of sense. But in fact, what's happening is the stock is dropping. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell my 100 shares at the market and just go ahead and get out. Okay. There's my 1629. Now check this out. Now I'm going to go into NIO. Good, it's come down a little bit. I'm wondering if I should wait a little bit longer. See how far it comes down. Yeah, so NIO is actually kind of coming down at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of time, and then I'm going to keep refreshing it, and then I'll come back. So I'm going to pause this and kind of see what happens, because I want to get it as low as I can, right? Okay, so let me just look here. I'm going to refresh this one more time. It doesn't really seem to be going very far, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it. So I'm going to buy 100 shares of NIO at the market. I got it for $13.82. Okay. Okay, so now we can go back to transactions. Bought it at $13.86. Perfect. So let's go to my positions. NIO, I've already lost $1. Go figure. It's currently at $13.85. Let's hope it goes up a little bit, because the higher it is, the more I can get for the option, right? So let's go ahead and look now at the options. We'll go to option chain, and it's still at 129. Trying to see if it's going up or down at the moment. Oh, I don't know what's going on. There we go. Okay, now I've made a little bit of money. Yay. Okay, so I could just sell right now and make $6, but that's really not my goal. The other nice thing is you'll notice that my margin balance is evened out at 0. I'm at $243.63 cash. I'm almost at my $250. Now I know you're saying, well, didn't you get that from selling stock? Yes, but if you recall from previous videos, I actually had used some of my earnings to buy the more expensive stock. Now that I'm back down into the slightly less expensive stock, I got my cash back. Because if you look here, my market value, $13.90 and let's just say $1,400 and $450 is $19.40. This is $800 because I would cap off at $8 for the call. So even though it's $9.23, it'll be $800. And if you add that up, it comes out to like $25.50 or something like that. So I'm still above my original $2,500, and I took the $250 out last month, and I've got my $243 here. But regardless, I'm not really seeing where this is going. So let's just go to option chain. Okay, it just lost $1 by talking, I guess, because now it's down to 128 instead of 129. But that does seem to be going. So let's give this another second. Yeah, that's still climbing a little bit. So I'm going to hold off just a moment and see where we are before I sell the option. Okay, well, I have other things I need to do today. I just popped in here real quick to take a look and kind of saw this. So I don't have time to sit here and wait. So I'm going to go ahead and go to option chain again. All right, good. We're up to 129. I mean, it's an extra $1. It's not that big a deal. I'm going to sell. Again, what am I doing? I'm selling to open one contract of the $15 call, right? That gives me some upward potential here. I'm going to do it the market. I'm not going to be that picky. I just want to get the sale. And I'm going to place the order. And I just got $129 for that. Okay, so if I go back to my positions, you'll see now I have that. So let's take a look real quick so you can see what I just did. Transactions, right? So I had originally sold a $261 option. I'm going to grab my phone and we'll do the math right here together, right? So I sold an option and made $261. Then I'm just ignoring the 60-some cents and stuff like that right now. So there's my $261, but then I bought it back at $99. So I'm just going to subtract 100. That evens everything out. So we're at $161. I'm up $161 for the month. However, I also bought at $16.51, which means I sold at $15.95.96. But I had originally purchased at $16.51. So I'm up $105.96 on the workhorse transaction. And now I'm up an additional $128.33 on the NIO position. And I don't know if you can see this, but that puts me at $234.29 Okay, so I'm basically $16 away from hitting my $250 for the month, and I have options that are expiring very soon. I'll show you here. I have options that are expiring. Wow, now that's worth more, darn it. Options that are expiring, all of them are on the 17th right now. So that means on the 17th, I'll be able to sell more options. Okay, if DVAC stays where it is, I'll cash out at $800 and I'll have that $800. So I'll have also gained on the stock. And then these two will cash, well, I don't know if they'll cash out or not. Depends on what they hit. Cadmon is not looking like it's going to hit $5, but it still could by the 17th. So I might still have that one. And NIO, we'll see what happens, right? It could crash at some point. Who knows? Right now, if I would have sold, if I'd have waited one more minute to sell the option, oh, it actually went down, so never mind. So we're good. All right, so I think I maximized the 129, and like I said again, we're at $234.29, and so we're almost at our 250 again this month, and we're on day 9. So just keep track. Now, yes, my cash is $371.96 because that includes some of the gains I made as well. So we're in really good shape this month. I'm pretty happy with where we are. I could literally just sell out now and be fine probably. But we're going to just see what we can do. And if we can get a little extra, the 250 this month, that's great, because, there might be a month where things are a little bit of a struggle or we'd lose a bit on the stock. So having that extra cushion is going to help a lot. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.